I'm starting a stream if you bring your phone. Or yeah, whatever. I just want you to see what it looks like. It looks clean, I think. Let me see what it looks like. Why did I search that up in there when I was just on YouTube? That's not what I meant to do. Live right now. Pre-market stream configuring. Why did I search that up in there when I was just on YouTube? Mic sounds good. Pre-market stream configuring. Why did I search that up in there when I was just on YouTube?
Wasted.
Yo.
Yup.
Testing audio, testing visuals. You can go on the live stream. Mic sounds good. To see what it looks like. Let me know if anything's wrong. Configure.
Live stream. I see your chart.
Yeah, just on YouTube. You see the chart? Okay. You see how it's in the background there? It's just missing the slot for your camera, bro. So once you get that camera, could do those lessons, record them, share them to the public, do a good deed there. It's just missing the slot for your camera, bro. Quality of the mic camera is like top tier. Lessons, top tier. Record them, right? Do a good deed there. It's just missing the slot, bro. Come on, your camera, bro. Quality of the mic camera is like top tier. Lessons, top tier. Record them, right? Do top a good deed there. It's just missing the slot, bro. Come on, your camera, bro. Quality of the mic camera is like top tier. Lessons, top tier. Record them, right? Do there. It's just missing the slot, bro. My bad. I keep putting that on. Are you sharing your screen right now? Oh, yeah, you are. Wait, go ahead and go over to the YouTube. I want to see what it looks like on your end.
YouTube?
Yeah. I know the camera I have isn't that great. I can see that it's kind of... Yeah, you on the YouTube page? I thought you were watching the YouTube live to see how it looks on your end.
You're live right now?
Yeah, you on the YouTube? Yeah, live.
Oh, okay.
The YouTube live to see how it looks on your end. Yeah, live, bro.
You're live right now?
Yeah, you on the YouTube? Yeah, live. Yeah, you see?
Oh, okay.
The YouTube live to see how it looks on your end. Where the hell is that playing from? Yeah, live, bro.
You're live right now?
Yeah, you on the YouTube? Yeah, live. Yeah, you see? Hold on, hold
Okay.
on,
The
YouTube live to see how it looks on your end.
I'm gonna mute the live.
Yes, please. Yeah, I heard that coming out of yours and I was tripping, bro. I was like, why are you asking me this again? That's funny though. Good times. Probably shouldn't be smoking a dab pen on the camera, right? Shouldn't be smoking a dab pen, right? So I'll be right back. I mean, you guys can still hear me, but see, when you have a light on your face, it's a lot better. So I need a light that goes like right here. Or I don't know, I'm not the lighting expert. But even that's good. Keeps you awake, keeps you looking fresh. So yeah, Pat, your picture, sorry, your webcam would go like right here. Right underneath. Hold on, I want be right back to be right underneath there. Easy access. Let's also just play around with this. I want to put the logo right in there. Actually, I can't even do that right now. Whatever. How come I don't even see that one? That's weird. Anyways, we see the chart. We see Wagwan right now. Let's actually just do a quick little analysis here. Overall, I mean, this is the 1 hour bullish. Just broke these highs here. Go to the 4 hour, becomes even more apparent, right? This high, we broke this high right here. Then we came down, right? And made our way back up above this level. So especially because we're back above this level, we can expect it to come back to these highs, most likely making its way there now. Above previous range, no trade there. So we're back above previous range, so I wouldn't be looking for anything right now. If you missed the move somewhere from down here, I would have been getting out here. And that's it, would have called it a day there. But the structure right now is bullish, and the moves, there's no moves to get involved in, but if there were any, they're missed. Let's go up on the, we should have started from the highest time frame actually. Let's go into monthly. No, we don't see anything. Monthly, we're just above this level. Can expect a retracement, but when, we don't know. This is going to close in 9 days, so most likely going to close bullish above this level and then continue up. Could have a pullback. Not really interested in predicting that. But we're strong above the previous range. Same thing here on the weekly, strong above the previous range. All this internal liquidity down here to get taken later. Right, this one already got taken. Bullish. Daily. Internal range liquidity we took. Then we took external range liquidity after we took internal range liquidity. Broke those highs, right? So I had to break a structure, creating a new high, pull back, and then making its way now back up to up to there. It looks like we did close below this previous range, but still had pushed back up. So I mean, looking to take out these highs. Internal range liquidity, external range liquidity. Internal range got taken, could come down, take out these lows. Not really interested in anything, like I was saying though. So just keep going down. 4 hour, nothing. 1 hour, nothing really interesting on the 1 hour, but for on the 4 hour, then we can mark out key levels. What do we have? Right, we have an order block right here, as well as here. So you could just say that. Then we have another order block right here as well. So you could just say that. Like this one and this one. All right. And then we have a bullish order block down here. So we're in between a bullish order block and a bearish order block. Oops, wrong color. Bearish and bullish, okay? Bullish, bearish. Up here, we already know we took out these highs. These highs can still be taken out first. So we just got to be careful of that. But inside of this key level here, on a higher time frame, right? So if we go down to a lower time frame, what do we see here happening inside of this bearish order block, which you can expect to sell off of? We see that we took out buy side, then we took out sell side, then we took out buy side. So previously, most recently took out buy side. All these internal liquidity sitting down here. So we took out external liquidity. So to look for a move down isn't really out of the question. It's just going to be a quick move down to here, get out, right? Let's drop down to the 15-minute just to see. So even on here, we come out of there. We can get a confirmation below there. That's even better. But on the 1 hour, we already took out buy side. So we drop down to the 5-minute. We are going to wait for a confirmation. We would need some type of confirmation here. Market structure shift. In my case, I look for a displacement. So just price to come down below here and close below this low of the candle that was able to push past and sweep these highs. So if we can get something like that, I'll be looking to take a sell. If we can close below here, right below this white box, this low, if we can close below this low, then I'll be taking a sell off of it. So if we close here, I'll wait for price to come back up, tag me in, and then aim for the bottom of this range. Nothing else really, especially since we're bullish, most likely just the halfway of this, but even just this move in general, nothing really crazy, not expecting too much. Maybe it does continue lower for more internal liquidity, right? But we're not here to predict. I'm here to understand that we swept a range high, right? The 1 hour range high inside of a higher time frame key level. So this is a high probability setup to take sells off of. Once market opens, we would need a confirmation first. So a candle close first. Took buys here and I won these. But if you were to take sells now, after a candle close, so then we would have a limit order up here, aiming for the end of the range, keeping your stop above this high, or that would be a 1 to 2, but I like to go for a 1 to 4 all the time. It's entirely up to you, but that's what I like to go for. With another entry, if I get stopped out, another entry here at where I get stopped out or relatively close to it. No rush on that either, but if I happen to see it, and then stops above these highs, or again, in my case, another 1 to 4. So that's the backup plan, and that's the initial impulse entry. I wouldn't say impulse entry because we are waiting for confirmation first. Then once we get confirmation, we can wait for it to tag us into our position. We can set up our position and let it tag us in. You're not entering down here once it closes, and you're not entering right away. You know, the last thing you want to do is enter when it hasn't even closed yet, because if it didn't close, it might continue pushing up and it's going to get instantly stopped out. At least wait till it closes, and even if you enter right when it closes, that's cool too, right? That would be more of an impulse entry. And then the most calm thing to do is just wait for it to tag you in, which would look like this. So tag you in. If we get stopped out, I'll enter another position here. Could even have another limit order right there as well if I want to, but then just monitoring that position, making sure that once it's stopped out that, you know, you've already done your journaling or whatever. But tags in, don't really have to think about it too much. You could take your Fibonacci tool and go from the high of the range to the low of the range, and you can get your halfway point of that. You could also just draw a box and then get the middle. Right, that works too. But just halfway, 50%, right? That's where you want to set up your TP1. So TP1 is going to get set here, right? I'll put a line actually. TP1. And then the other one would be TP2 at the other end. of the range. So that's TP1, and then TP2 would just be right here, like this. So at TP1, once you hit TP1, then you'll set your stop loss to break even, so where you entered the first time, and let the rest run. And if it comes back to there, you don't enter again. You can, but you should just consider that move done. It can still come back down here, but if it's reversed from the 50 and hit you and took you out break even, there's a higher probability that it's going to keep going up, and it's actually reversed now. Especially since we're bullish, you got to keep in mind we're bullish on the higher time frames. Keep that in mind as well. That's it. So you're just understanding where you stand in the market and taking your shot based on probabilities. High probability to reverse at halfway of the range. Okay, we understand that. Plus bullish. Come on, just use your brain now. So you could enter there, but it's just like you're just shooting yourself in your foot and taking some of your profit away. That's not very smart. You're gonna notice that yes, sometimes it does come, take you out, and then goes, but ignore that. Don't worry. Yeah, money was missed, but it's better than potentially money getting lost, because you should treat this like if you're getting stopped out, break even, that trade is done. The setup is done. Okay. That's all I have for gold. Go ahead and save that now. But if I open up like DXY or something, you'll probably see the reverse of what we just talked about. So this is the DXY. We'll do a top down. Start from the monthly. So yeah, already off the bat, we see that, what are we seeing? We're seeing that this range low has been swept, has been taken, right? We already took out this high, right? And then we came down to take out the low. So that's the most recent thing we already see off the bat. Plus, now we can see overall we're bearish. Yeah, overall bearish, because this is the high that needs to be taken out. This high was the high that caused a new low to be put into the market, which was like, if you could say this level or this level just around this area in general got broken, made a new low, and that was the highest point. So we're in this range essentially on the external side of things. And then if you kind of zoom in now, you can see we're bullish, right? But only internally. Internally bullish, externally bearish, and then like happening right now, we're bullish, to be expected bullish in this current move, at least for like the next few hours, like when the market opens, the next couple hours or the day or whatever, the session, a couple sessions, just typically the session, right? Maybe it does come down here and I'm completely wrong, but back above this level, especially buyers in control, you can think of it like that. But that's the monthly, that's just the monthly. So if we drop down to the weekly, similar kind of thing, except now it looks more bearish internally, right? And this is why you don't want to let it mess with your head too much. Just understand where you are now and what are the highs and lows looking like. So we're inside here, we're bullish externally but bearish internally. Daily, respecting this level down here, bearish, or sorry, wait, we're like bearish externally, and then yeah, we're bearish external and internal, somewhat bearish internally as well, yes, but could easily just be a liquidity sweep, right? Respecting this low down here, comes maybe to take out this high and then come take out these equal lows. I'm not here to predict, but I understand that we're making a move back up and maybe taking out all these highs first. So making a move up, basically the opposite of gold. We're expecting gold to drop, and this is making more sense now that we're looking at the dollar as well. 4 hour. Four hour is recently swept a high. So in here, down to here, inside of a bearish order block as well. Okay. Dropping down to the 15-minute. What do we see? You see displacement was here. We had some displacement here, so you could have been getting interested in sells down here. Or you can not trading the dollar, not trading it, but understanding that, you know, it's potentially pushing down and getting weaker. Comes back up here, fails to put in a new high. Right? This is a high failure. Right? Failure to put in a higher high. So this is a lower high, indication for bearish momentum. And this is where I, like, let's just say this is an instrument we could trade and we're understanding what's happening in the price. Okay, we sell down here, get stopped out, but then immediately enter another sell again. This is where we'd understand we'd be in that second and final position with a stop somewhere above here, aiming for down here. So this could be pushing down as well. What did we say for gold actually again? For gold, we would be, yeah, waiting for a sell. So I don't know, this is kind of counterproductive here. Both are saying sells. But I mean, let's do a little deeper, let's do a deeper dive. Because although it is, yes, inside of that 4-hour order block, it's bearish. I mean, it could make that move down still, just for it to push up. Yeah, I wouldn't think of it too hard. Like this is the confluence behind it. Like dollar, understanding what's happening to the dollar can affect the price of gold, yes, but at the same time, just the dollar alone shouldn't influence gold. You know what I'm trying to say? There's a direct correlation, yes, because as the dollar gets stronger, it's gonna be worth more, right? And if the dollar's getting weaker, it's gonna be worth more. So there's the direct correlation there, but at the same time, I wouldn't treat it as like a signal to buy or sell. Just because the dollar's dropping doesn't mean you want to buy gold, not necessarily, but it does help with confluence. That's it. So this, yeah, still dollar expected to drop, but then it's like, well, we understand that we're bullish, right? In the sense that we've been making higher highs and even made a higher high over here. Over here. So yeah, we'll just have to wait. Don't let these things get, like, the more time you spend on the charts trying to analyze everything, you will wake up, but at the same time you will start to lose yourself. Don't overthink it. Just have a system to follow. Me, I don't really look too much at the external structure. I just really want to know what's happening right now, right? Back here kind of matters, only in relevance when it mattered. When you need it, you'll see. Like if you had a order block that hasn't been used yet, or FEG that hasn't been tapped into yet, that's when it becomes relevant. But for now, it's like, where's the highest point? Where's the lowest point? That's my range. And how can I trade that range, that price range? How can I take advantage of price when it's at the highest that people are willing to pay and at the lowest that people are willing to pay? Keep it simple. And yes, we took out the sell side and then came up and took out the buy side. So, you know, there's potential that this still could push up actually, especially since the dollar is going to drop. Yeah, seeing as we're seeing the dollar wanting to drop, it wouldn't be really ideal to get in sells. But remember, we're not getting in sells yet. We're waiting for a confirmation. So we would need price to come down and close below here first, which now that we've looked at the dollar becomes very unlikely, right? We understand the dollar is going to be dropping, right? So getting weaker, which means gold will get stronger. So maybe we don't get that confirmation for gold, but that's where we just wait and we sit and wait. And honestly, with this kind of structure, that's all we want to do, honestly, when the market opens anyways. But above these levels, we just made a higher high. Yeah, we failed to put in a higher high here, but then we came and we put in a higher high here. So we kind of technically changed character internally. And so it could respect this and go up, and then gold can drop. So we just have to wait for that confirmation, and that's it. That's all we can do. Even on like here, for example, you would want to wait for like a confirmation here. Okay, so that it would be giving you the confirmation here, but just have to wait, because it could really just come down, sweep these low, or maybe not even come down, because this range, right, got swept. Go down to the 5 minute. Right here we get displacement, right? We finally have price close above, right? Above the price that pushed out. So now we close there. We'd have a limit order set here. It would come, tag us in around here, aiming for the opposite end of that range, going for a 1 to 4 for me. Boom. So we would be tagged in right here, and immediately gone to break even. Well, we're not trading it, it's $1, but you would understand that, okay, price came up and then came down, and can still go up, but most likely will go down because it's already went to halfway. So yes, it can keep pushing higher, but there's a higher there's a high probability as well that it will come down from here and reverse from that halfway. So just have to wait and see. That's all it is. That's, you know, like they always tell you that, but it sounds cliche, but really that's all you can do as a trader is just wait. It's not supposed to be exciting. It's really like once you understand what's going on, you really locked in on all that you need to know. Trust me, there's a lot to know. You can never stop learning, but taking everything with a grain of salt and putting it into your system in the way that you need to, not overusing everything, just simplifying it and locking in on the logic behind it. And the psychology then comes from you being so understanding with why you lost or why you won and what the expectation was and what you could do better, because you can always do something better, whether it's monitoring your trades a little less or monitoring your trades a little more, or dropping your lot size or increasing your lot size, or, you know, just understanding your edge more, doing more back testing, putting in that work, because it's not going to be handed to you. It's not. And you're going to have good days, and you're going to have those streaks, and then you're going to fall off a little bit and realize it was just the little things you're changing in your day-to-day life as well that are affecting your decision making and making you lazy, making you procrastinate, making you hesitate, knowing what has to be done but not doing it, not having the discipline. That's discipline. Doing things that you don't want to do but you have to do is discipline. Well, not necessarily. It gets deeper than that. Especially when you could doing the things that you don't want to do. That's doing those the most. Doing it like you love it. But discipline's such a beautiful thing. We're given so much opportunity to build our discipline because there's a lot of things that we don't want to do, but must be done, right? With a smile. And that does mean working out. That does mean whatever it is. You don't have to work out, but there's consequences to that. So you can't be upset if you don't look a certain way or feel a certain way, because working out or staying active is going to help that. And it's not easy for everyone because not everyone knows where to start, right? That's the problem with a lot of things, trading, right? Everything, because they're not going to know how to do it properly. You could put a lot of reps in, but if you're not doing it properly, you're not even building that muscle properly. So if you're not learning from the right person to teach you that logic behind why a range needs to be looked at the way that I do, or for me, like to puzzle it together for it to make sense, then anyways, I'm ranting. That's what we see for when the market opens. The market will open in about 2 hours. I don't think I will be live for that. Trading when the market opens is very, very dangerous, especially if you don't have a strict plan. no one should be trading right when the market opens. You should let it do its thing and build structure. So these things that I'm seeing that I expect, I can still watch them play out, but I should be preparing for that next move. Which should probably be something like this. If I am expecting it to come down, maybe I'm looking for one of these ranges to be filled down here, and then trying to get interested in a buy, right? And then dropping down to the lower time frame. It's really not hard. When it comes down to a key area, right? A higher time frame key area, right? That is where you need to be getting involved. So if we're coming down to a FVG, right? That would be our next stop, is this FVG. If we do come down, then I want to start getting involved and seeing what the price is telling me on a lower time frame, giving me those hints. Does that make sense? So if it's giving me if it's inside that area, giving me lower time frame hints and clues and building momentum, then I can get involved, especially if I've backtested it enough and understand what happens when I do that, and my chances of winning, are they higher or are they lower? And that's another thing, is not being 100%. You're not going to hit every single freaking trade that you take, right? But you have to know that too. So when you're on a winning streak, you have to remember that it's not every trade. It's, yeah, I'm on a 5 winning streak. Oh yeah, I'm on a 10 winning streak. Whatever winning streak you're on it. Cool, but that's not forever, right? There's that 40% chance that you can lose. Still there, so don't risk too much. Don't start risking crazy numbers. When you're up, yes, you can decrease your risk. And you can increase it too. But that's the beauty of it. When you're up, you can make that decision, right? But you still have to be smart about your decisions and not be upset when you start, okay, I'm up 80. Oh, I'm going to increase my risk. But then you're upset that you lost 50% of the 80% now, but you increased your risk. So be smart, understand the consequences, and scale properly and smart. There's a smart way of scaling, and then there's just the sporadic gambling type of way of just thinking, oh, I just doubled my account, so I'm going to double my risk. But really, you should be decreasing your risk or just keeping it the same. And if you do increase it, you should have a system to decrease it as well for when you lose. So when you lose a trade, you shouldn't reward it with more risk, because then you're trying to like make back lost money. When you lose, you pull back a bit. When you win, that's when you can really make the decision whether to keep it the same. It doesn't really matter. You're chilling with no matter what you do. But it's when you're losing that you have to really be prepared for. Because when we're winning, everything's great. Smiles are great. Everything's great. We're all happy, excited. But when you're losing, that's when you're frustrated. You're pissed off. You're now maybe revengeful. You're whatever. Right? These bad emotions start coming out, and you find yourself risking more, even though you think it's the right thing to do, because your subconscious is there to help you. Your subconscious is the same thing that's going to cause you to want to like get ready to fight. If you're walking at night and you hear a noise, you're gonna be alert. You're gonna jump up. You're gonna be alert. Maybe flinch if you're a little scaredy cat, whatever. But you're gonna do something. You're going to react, whether it was a flinch or like you're ready. Either way, you reacted to it. That's your subconscious reacting to help you. So when you're losing a trade, it's the same thing. Your subconscious mind is going to step in to try to help you. But the only way that it knows to help you is it's thinking, let's make back this money. That's how I know you won't be upset anymore. That's not how you should think, and that's what you should be rewiring and focusing on rewiring, that when you lose, yes, your subconscious mind is going to want to step in. That's when you have to use your conscious mind, the logical thinking part of your mind, right? Being aware of it, though, is the first thing. So I just told you what to be aware of. So now that you're aware of it, whenever you think about it, tell yourself, like, yes, I know you want to help, but that's not gonna help, because the logical mind actually gives it time to think, right? It takes longer, right, to think logically, right? That's why when we do something dumb, we don't really think about it until the next day when we wake up, right? Or like hours pass. So let your logical mind step in and tell your your unconscious mind, your subconscious, you're the one that's not thinking with logic, the one that's thinking with feelings and emotion, to just relax. Tell it to just relax and not to worry. The only way you're gonna do that is through repetition, seeing your edge play out, maybe even taking those L's and realizing how many times do I have to take this L before I realize like this isn't the way to be doing it and I gotta do X, Y, and Z, right? Wait for confirmation, whatever it is that's stopping you. All right, not overtrade. Switch my strategy so that I don't overtrade because I know that I'm never gonna stop overtrading, right? You have to know yourself too. You have to be realistic with the amount of discipline you can handle and grow slowly into that person you want to become, but just always thinking with logic, not just pressing the button just to press it. Because when you press the button without thinking about why you're pressing the button, that's when you have no one to blame. You can't be accountable, right? You might even forget that you just pressed it. You'll swear that you followed your strategy, but then when you really think about it and think back, you're gonna be like, no, did I follow my strategy? Not really. I mean, the setup was there, it happened, but then I entered again. Is that technically? No, it's not. You're gonna know what those rules are. And when you write them down, you'll know even better, but you should write them down at least once. You should write them down just to understand what they are on paper. But then they should be engraved into just who you are and making these decisions. That's what we get paid for, is making decisions. So cut your losses short and let your winners run. You know what works, so do that. And you know what doesn't work, so don't do that. If you're new, maybe you don't know. Get in the field. It's the only way you're going to learn. No one ever got anywhere from just quitting and giving up. The only place they get is the place of regret. Don't regret anything. I am going to end the stream there, though. And get something to eat or something and just chill now because the market is opening. I don't think I'm going to be trading. You guys have a good night. If you're in the Discord, you know, maybe you'll see me post a play. Maybe not. Tomorrow, I will be trading New York session. Treading lightly, but trading for sure. And then as well again on Tuesday. So hopefully we can be live for that. I've just gotten done kind of messing around with the overlays a little bit. Haven't fully got to sit and look at everything, but we literally just got them not too long ago. So bear with us. We're going to start making this stream a little bit more eye-catching and, you know, putting our webcams up there and making you guys more involved. Start spending more time with sending our message out because I really want to get this message out. I really want people to learn and be able to pick my brain and see the journey too. See the journey of us, see the journey of others. Share your journey in the community. Join the Discord if you haven't. And honestly, let's just build a community together, a community that has positivity and growth only in our vocabulary, the way we speak, right? The way we speak to each other and the way we see each other. We want to see each other grow. So it's enough yapping, but have a good night, everybody. Take care. We'll be back tomorrow live around 9 a.m., 10 a.m. the latest. I can't stream for too long though, because I do have to go out somewhere around 1. It won't matter because we don't really trade for that long. It's either we see it or we don't see it, right? And that's it. And my trades, I don't know. I might leave the trade running on the stream, but I won't be here, so it's kind of weird. I might have to end it. We'll see what happens tomorrow, if I do. I've been super busy, so hopefully I can get on for at least like an hour or 20 minutes or something. Take care, guys.